All right, guys, welcome to video number 2 on learning how to trade the news in Forex. If you guys haven't seen part 1 already, go check it out for a quick recap. I'm going to keep this video as basic as I can, but this information is very, very effective. Whether you're a beginner trader or even a seasoned, skilled trader already, this should help refine some things about the news in Forex. I'm going to start off very basic for you guys. So especially if you're new, when it comes to trading in the news in Forex, the easiest way to use the news when you're new is simply to wait 15 to 30 minutes. Sit on your hands and let the market react from the impact of the new. The easiest way to use the news when you're new is to simply wait for the graph to show you what type of trend is going to form. The best thing you can do is take 15 to 30 minutes to sit on your hands. Giving yourself 15 to 30 minutes to sit on your hands will allow you to interpret the different dynamics of what's going on currently in the market related to the news. So instead of guessing where the market's going, 15 to 30 minutes allows you to determine where things could actually go and what type of trend is currently in front of us. Waiting for 15-30 minutes also allows you to see the result of the news, whether it was more positive or negative towards the currency that the news was affecting. If you've seen video number 1 already, you know that we talked about the temporary move in the market. So typically when a news event comes out, there's a direct high impact that happens right away. This is normal. Most traders chase this move. Most traders look at the impact. Most traders look at the move that the market made on direct impact and want to catch that move. That's not the move you're trying to catch, because usually in the first 15 to 30 minutes of the news, you're gonna get that temporary direction. You're gonna get that fake out where a lot of manipulation can be occurring in the market, where the market is trying to find stop losses or liquidity, right? When these high impact news releases are coming out, what the market is doing is seeking liquidity. It's searching for liquidity. That's why we see a lot of these, I like to call it temporary move, that may last literally 15 to 30 minutes before it gets reversed. So a very simple news strategy, and I'm going to show you guys some examples here, waiting 15-30 minutes for a possible reversal of the news candle, let's call it. I like to call this candlestick the news candle. The big green candlestick here that we see is engulfing in the beginning of the news. Let's go over to Forex Factory real quick before we step it up a bit and talk about what Forex Factory is. Forex Factory is really important to pay attention to, especially if you're a new trader. Forex Factory provides important information on economic events that affect different currencies. These things can range from political events, political speeches, central bank decisions, interest rate decisions, things like the NFP, the FOMC, the CPI. There's different events that come out at different times of the year, different times of the month, different times of the week, all throughout the days of the week, and they're scheduled and announced at different times. So this website just highlights and reports each event and how significant the event is to the market. Different events are gonna have different significant impact towards the market. Some events are gonna have a low impact, some events are gonna have a higher impact. I would say the more important the event, the bigger the impact it can have on the market. Something like the NFP or the FOMC can have a major impact on the market. So again, this website just highlights, guys, how significant everything is from all those decisions that are made. Things like speeches too. A president or a world leader from a different country can speak. It helps us understand the factors of the news and how it impacts the currency on a negative or positive standpoint. Just because it's red doesn't mean it's negative. So a lot of traders, a lot of new traders, when they see high impact, they see the red, they think it's more negative. It could be positive or negative depending on the result of the news. So if you're new, each news event is differentiated from 3 different things: the time at which the news event will occur at, okay, that's number 1. The currency that it's going to affect, and then most important, the impact that it's going to have on that currency, and then of course the type of news that it is. We also have a forecast and actual that comes out. These are the numbers that come out. These are the things you have to read. So each news is differentiated by 3 different things: the currency that it's going to affect, the time that the news release is going to come out, and then the impact of the news. You have 3 colors. You have yellow, orange, and red. Yellow is going to be low impact expected. It could be something that's not really going to have so much of an effect to the market, depending on how long you see it really for. Orange, that's going to be more of a medium impact to the market. And what I would say about that is it can be both ways. It could be strong and it could be sometimes more neutral, not as much of an impact, kind of like a yellow folder. So kind of in between, that medium impact is close to high impact, but more in the middle. And then you have, of course, your high impact. That's going to be high impact news. Those are going to be generally your most important news events that are going to affect the marketplace, whether you're looking at anything really that involves the USD or the euro or gold or even crypto. So it's important to know that red folders, guys, don't mean negative. A lot of new traders will look at red folders as if they are negative. It doesn't mean that it's negative, it just means it's a high impact. The impact could be negative or positive on that currency. So that's just some basics for you guys that are new when it comes to news. I was getting a lot of questions on news basics. I want to go a little bit more advanced now and take it up a notch and talk more about strategy in the news, what we were talking about before when it comes to sitting on your hands, waiting 15 to 30 minutes. A patient trader can be a paid trader. A disciplined trader, a boring trader is usually more of a successful trader. And this does take patience because a lot of traders will rush into the news literally in the first 2 minutes, the first 5 minutes. So wait up to 30 minutes and I'm going to show you why here. What I like to do is journal my experiences. This is something a lot of traders probably don't do. So there's a lot of things that I do that I've recognized a lot of traders don't do. One thing I like to do is journal my experiences throughout the way. So one of the things that I journal every week and every month through my trading is news events and my experiences with them when I was trading. Because I have a news strategy and I'm about to teach it to you guys right here. It's again, just waiting. That's really the simple part of it. It's waiting and getting used to the behavior of price during the news. Because we already know that the market likes to seek liquidity on these news events and usually make that temporary move. So I like to journal my experiences throughout the way. And let me show you what this looks like exactly, what the news candle looks like. So this was NFP, known as non-farm payroll, happens on the first Friday of every month. This was on Friday, September 6th. Right now I'm on gold. I only trade gold and crypto for those of you guys that know me, right? Here we have a 15-minute candle, right? This was at 8:30. NFP always comes out at 8:30 a.m. Eastern time, New York time. You can see it's a nice news candle. If you're used to seeing news candles, this should look familiar to you. If you're not, as you gain this knowledge and you understand it and you keep up with the market, you'll see this type of candle a lot during the news. A lot of times this candle is going to get reversed. So you can see here, we have a pretty big pump up in the market. It actually first went down and then it spiked up. So this candle actually went down first and then went all the way up to like 25.30. So there's a pretty big move there, but after the candle closes, you can see the next set of candles start to go in a downwards direction, breaking some structure, pulling back and continuing down for the rest of the morning. So a lot of traders might be convinced that that bullish candle is going to be taking the market up more. And a lot of traders may be buying on this candle and then quickly get reversed on. So the real direction was bearish that morning. The candle that came out on the news started that bearish move. So in the market, it takes a move to start a move, right? If you look at this picture here, the green candle starts the downtrend, kind of like what we have here. So this is on NFP. What I like to do is journal my experiences. Why? Why do I like to do this? Well, I've been on the charts for 10 years. And when you're on the charts for 10 years, you may forget about a lot of things. You may forget about certain scenarios that were very profitable and in your favor where you have an edge over the market. So if you're keeping up with these news events and year by year, a year goes by and all these news events go by, you might not remember every scenario in detail as you did in that moment when you were trading it. So I like to keep up with my experiences, and I'm gonna have another video on that topic for you guys. I don't wanna get too much into that topic. Otherwise, we'll be sitting here for 2 hours talking if we go too deep on that. So let's get back into the news. I like to do it for journaling purposes, to keep up with my spirits, to keep it basic for you guys. So here you have May 3rd NFP. You can see a big wick. This is a 30-minute chart. Candle spikes up, and what do we get? A nice reversal down. There's kind of two reversals on this one. There's the pump up and then the sell, but then around 9:30 we get a different reversal in the other direction. So kind of two reversals on this, but same idea as temporary move in the first 15-30 minutes up, and then market starts going the other way. This one looks very familiar to the last one that we looked at, or the first one that we looked at. This one here looks very similar to the first one that we looked at. Again, our typical news candle, where 15 minutes later, 30 minutes later, the market starts dropping the other direction. Now this is actually a 30-minute candle. So that candlestick starts at 8:30 and it finishes at 9. So the market actually went up even a little bit more after, but then the next candle closes bearish. We get more of like a shooting star formation here on the next candle. So we get a pump up for 30 minutes. The market went up 30 minutes. So if you were selling even 5 minutes after the news, or even 15, it might have not been the best spot. So that's why I say that 15 to 30 minute range, you don't always know where the market's gonna be 15, 30 minutes after the news, because news is really unpredictable, right? The market could be anywhere after news. It could move $20, it could move $30 on that direct impact. But waiting 15, 30 minutes helps you gauge price. Price after 30 minutes usually does this, right? We could see that when we look at different examples of the news. When we look at NFP, we have another example here where price spikes down and then runs up. A couple more I wanna show you guys, that happened throughout the summer, some of the higher impact ones. This is just a quick video for you guys. A couple more here, just showing you guys the impact of the news and the tendency, the behavior of price, right? Price tends to have this behavior on the news, right? Does every trader know this? I don't think so. There's millions and millions of traders, new traders every day. Most traders are chasing that move, which again doesn't last forever. The real move I think that's worth trying to catch if you're gonna trade the news is the reversal in that trending direction or in the opposite direction of the candle. I think if you're gonna trade the news, you don't need the news to be a profitable trader. The best days are the regular days where there's no news and you have a clear, solid setup in front of you. Do you need the news to be a profitable trader? No. I think it's understanding what the news can do and then finding your edge within that and keeping your limits, keeping your boundaries. Because last thing you want to do is have a profitable Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and then Thursday unemployment claims comes out, you trade it and you ruin most of your profit, right? Trading an event that maybe you didn't understand or have experience gauged in, right? So I think the key thing for you guys that are new into trading is watching the news, keeping up with it, understanding what can happen with it, and not getting FOMO, not chasing price and fear that you're missing out on what the news could potentially do. Because once you understand a concept like this, you'll know how to take advantage of the news and you won't be too emotionally distracted by, oh, it's gonna make a big move, I have to catch the big move. No, if I wait 30 minutes, I can catch a move after. There's more planning around that. You wanna have a plan. You wanna plan your trade your plan essentially. It's easier to go into the news if you're saying, I'm gonna plan it this way. If you're just guessing it could go up or down, you're not really having an effective plan there. So if you're new, take notes here. And remember, journaling is key. As you can see here, another example of the most recent NFP on October 4th. I actually traded this and I'm gonna show you guys some of the results in other videos from trading an event like this. Big reversal, 30-minute candle, So you gotta wait. You really gotta wait, because the traders that are buying even up here, emotions are running in that time. If they're buying and next thing you know, price is dropping, they might be like, oh man, I don't want this to get worse. I gotta close, right? And then price reverses 15, 30 minutes later. You don't wanna be that trader, right? You wanna be the trader who's more patient, right? Remember, in trading, slow is fast. So you wanna be more patient than you really think you need to be. So I hope this video was some help on the news, guys. If you haven't seen part 1, check out part number 1. That will also help you understand more of what we were talking about on this exact specific topic. I'll see you guys on the next video. Remember to like this video and comment, guys, if there's anything you want me to go over regarding this topic. If you guys like what you learned here and you want to learn more information about this, I teach this inside my academy every single day. Information like this and much more. I've been in the markets now for 10 years. I've spent every day on the charts for the last 10 years. So I know a lot about